So now for the review of this very interesting square light flashlight HD01 by Wurkkos. I'll really quickly go over the hardware, what I like about it, what I love about it, what could have been improved. Quick comparisons in terms of the numbers. I'll go through the functions and then we'll test it outside. We do have this reversible clip. The only thing I would have liked is if this was a deep carry, so it sticks out to about that much, obviously. And I prefer clips like this, deep carry clips. So here's another one, deep carry clip, which could have been installed on here, I'm quite sure. It does have a magnetized back. There we go. Or actually I should demonstrate, because that other thing has a very strong magnet too, so no issues there. The clip also is very strong on both sides, so also good execution on the clip. Here we do have the one main light that gives us the turbo output of 1200 lumens, and then high output of 450, medium of 100 lumens, then low of 20, and moonlight of 1 lumen for 70 hours and 6-meter throw. Anyway, that all will be tested outside. We also get this laser, which was the thing that interested me in this light, the combination, and then we have the RGBs on the side light. This is very nice and beautifully done, executed. We have this matte plastic, but well insulated. I actually noticed some sort of rubber or silicone insulation here, and that must be from construction, so this thing should be okay in rain, in the outdoor environments. So we have two buttons. The first one operates our laser, and the back one operates the main light. The front one, if we double click, we go into the side light, and if we hold down, very bright. This is very bright, and I'll show you the numbers on paper, but this side light is very bright. For camping and those kinds of functions, this would serve quite well, because we do have 1, 2, so we have 3 different modes, and that's our main light. Also, you hold down and that rotates between the different intensities. So on the side light, we double click to get in. We change the mode by just pressing and holding down. We go between 3 different modes, so there we go. If we now double click, triple click, we go into the police or emergency. We double click and have this. With the waterfall effect, we double click again, double click again, we get the raindrop, double click again, and we go back to the blue and red emergency light. So far so good. Seems to be a beautiful size and weight and construction quality flashlight to be carried for EDC. We get a very nicely sealed and well executed rubber or silicone seal for the charging port, and what I wanted to actually emphasize on is this seal is thought of and designed very well, and I haven't actually seen anything like this anywhere on any other device executed to this level, and I'm not exaggerating. Let's look. So you pop this out, it comes up just enough to flatten on the side, and then you twist, and this way you get access to the USB-C very well without hindering, without touching this rubber. And it's important when companies think of this. This may be a coincidence, I don't know, but this port is done very well, and so I noticed that. And it does seal it from entry or by water. The other function that these buttons have is a breathing function, so I believe you could press it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I just turned it on. That's the breathing function, and if you can see, it's coming on and off. You might want to turn that on when you're camping out during night, so you don't lose the light. It will always do that. Easier to find, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that turns it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that locks the light, so you do get the lock, and it's safe to. So it tells you if you push any of the functions, any of these two buttons, it will double flash to tell you that it is locked. 1, 2, still we don't get any turbo, we don't get anything other than that. So to turn it back, to unlock it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that unlocks it. So you get so many functions that you kind of get lost. Yeah, and one good function with this is that you can use both of the lights because they're separate. The buttons are separate, and you don't have to do a switchy thing where you're pointing to one specific function. So you can push these buttons separately and you get the main light as well as your laser. There we go. Okay. So the only con, as I said, with this light I would have is this deep carry. We do get the USB-C charging, and so that's very nice, beautiful, and easy for users. Okay, let's go test this out. I have high hopes for it. Let's see how it performs out in the night. The way they've set up the beam distance and throw for this lumen output is very impressive. I can see way out there, say 100 meters, I can notice the water jug that I've placed. I've placed one at 50 yards and one at 100 yards, and I can safely say that I can see out 100 yards, maybe even farther out. Now I understand that the numbers on paper will be very specific and different than what I'm saying here, but I'm just going by practical usage. So that's the low. Low would give us, say, about 10 yards of decent visibility. Then medium would go up to about 30 yards, and then the high is, say, 50 yards. And turbo is, as I said, 100 yards quite well. So you double click, when you're in this light, you double click and you get the turbo mode. Now let's look at the laser. And the cool thing again about the light is that you can use both simultaneously. And I can switch, as you can see, I can even get the turbo and still have the laser, and that's really cool. That's amazing. By Wurkkos, very good planning, nice programming of the chip inside. And then on the laser, it's very simple operation. You don't get the double clicks, etc. Double click will take you to the side light. To get the laser, you just do one click on and one click off. Okay, so now if I turn off the main light, which got rather hot by the way. So to go into the side light, you double click the top button, double click, we get that, you hold down and it changes intensity. Very bright. This is very, very bright on the higher setting. I can surround sea about 15 yards, 10 yards, but very wide throw. Low would be just good enough to move around inside the tent. That's the medium. With this you can, you know, interact, play games, etc. And this is just like your regular house light, almost. Very, very bright. So far I'm extremely impressed with basically everything. Construction quality, price, very good, compelling option. This is a keeper. I will be keeping this light for sure. So let's get back to the tabletop. So let's do some conclusive thoughts on the Wurkkos HD01. So let me rant a little bit. I don't review any product. I don't request just any product from companies. If something is offered to me, it has to spark some sort of interest or be useful or not. It should be interesting and useful in my daily life, work, my EDC, things that I would do, the things that I would use and enjoy. So this was not offered by Wurkkos. I selected two products from them. One was this EDC square form factor EDC flashlight, and the other one that I requested was HD16, which is their headlamp. A review on this is coming up. This is a very good product, but more on that later when we review it. So the Wurkkos, I did my research. I compared it to competitive alternatives, not only within the price range but within functions. And so the three brands that I really wanted to compare was the Wurkkos Olight, the Arcfeld series, and the Trustfire Mini 3X. Trustfire did not send their product yet. Hopefully I'll get it in, and then I can do a full comparison between these lights. But so this was one of the options. Now regular price for this is around $50 on Amazon. You can obviously also purchase it on AliExpress, but I think the prices are relatively the same. So $50 is the regular price. There seems to be a 30% coupon running right now, which should bring it down to about 35 USD. And Wurkkos also provided a discount code and an Amazon link where you can buy these directly from them for their best price. So if there's no coupon or a sale going on, you can use the code that I'm providing in the description. It's not an affiliated link. I get absolutely no kickback from it, but you will get a 30% discount. So you will be able to purchase this light for $35. And that is an absolute steal. I will go farther and say that this light at $50 is a very good competitive option based on the market prices and other products available, similar products that are available. But for $35, this is a gift. I paid on sale. I paid $46 for the Rovivon A8 Gen 4. Yes, this is a really good high-end flashlight, but comparatively in terms of functions and in terms of quality of execution that Wurkkos has offered us here, this is a steal. I cannot recommend this strongly enough. It has a well thought out charging port, very good button placement. The side light is very functional as well as fun with that RGB and the waterfall and raindrop and so on. But we also get the very useful floodlights. And the intensity is, this just burns your eyes. It's so intense. Very useful. Now, as nothing in life is perfect, obviously there are some things that could have been done better or differently. Absolutely no issues here. This is perfect. The light output that it gives is very impressive. It gives at the turbo mode of 1200 lumens, it gives out 6,175 candelas. That is a huge number, and it does really show. In the video of the test outside, you see that this performs marvelously. The laser is on point, and so this is very well executed and done. As I said, the side light is also extremely functional. It does have your basic waterproofness, so you should be fine in rain, in the outdoors, and so we do have the very strong magnet. The only thing that I could see done differently is the placement of the side light. What I mean by this is, if you want to use this as a floodlight to light up space in front of you, and you put this, say, on your pocket, on your chest pocket, or I don't know, on your gear like this, you get light on the side, whereas it would have been much better if light was coming out this way. The other thing is, sometimes you do have this button placement right above, and that's not comfortable either. When this lights up, here's another example, right? So if, let's say, we switch it to, if that was on high mode, right, it just flashes right into your eye and you're trying to operate the buttons. This is very common though, but ideally, same here, you will light that up and so it's directly where, if it was on the other side like this, I'm still able to see what functions I'm operating, but it's not lighting directly into my eye. And so that's the only thing that I would have done is, I understand that you can't do it on this side. Obviously the clip is in the way. Here we have smaller space, but I would have actually rotated the clip, and I would rather have the clip on this side. A deep carry clip would have worked just fine here. And then you're operating your buttons on the other side. We have the side light. That would be the only difference. But again, $35 US with a coupon code or with an ongoing sale, this thing is a steal. It's a keeper. I will not be selling this or giving it out. I'll be keeping it as a daily EDC flashlight. Maybe I'll do a review on this later, 1 year or several years down, to see how well it holds up. Yeah, so here again is the numbers. I verified that the beam distance is also accurate to an extent, to a practical and usable extent. These numbers really do show in the nighttime tests. So there we go. You can use the coupon code, the discount code that I've provided. Look for it on Amazon. The direct link also is provided, and it is not an affiliate link. Thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe, give the video a like, and have a good one.